Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie, and today Phil's gonna try to kill me because we're trying 6 different bourbons.
It's probably payback for the haircut you gave me. Buffalo Trace Month continues here at the Bourbon Van, and today our challenge is 80 proof bourbons.
Ooh.
We don't really drink a lot of these.
Well,
we're gonna have absolutely
you don't
no
drink
idea. We're probably not gonna have any idea what we're tasting here, and a couple of these are brand new. We've barely even opened these bottles. Should be interesting at the very least. What we've done is picked out 3 Buffalo Trace 80 proof bourbons. We're gonna put them up against 80 proof bourbons from 3 different distilleries. Real quickly, we're going to introduce the contenders, and then we're gonna get right to the tasting, because obviously we got a lot of work to do.
It's gonna be interesting.
We're just gonna run down the line here. Ancient age, $12 for that bottle. That's a Buffalo Trace product. Benchmark, old number 8. We've been calling it a plastic liter, but that's a 1.75 liter bottle that we got for $22.95.
Good value.
Again, Buffalo Trace. Here's another bottle we really don't know anything about. Made by Buffalo Trace. It's 6 years aged, $10.
Yeah, that's nuts. And I'm really excited about this one. I can't believe how good it is.
Moving on to the next distillery, $24 bottle. It's 4 Roses yellow label, produced by none other than 4 Roses. How about that?
Go figure.
Next up, we have a contender from Heaven Hill, Henry McKenna Bourbon. That's a $12 bottle.
And I've never had that one.
And finally, OGD, Old Granddad Jim Beam product, $18 bottle, that one.
I'm excited about this one because I haven't had this one either, but I do love the 114.
Those are the contenders.
I'm excited. And it's a good thing these are all low proof because there's a lot of glasses in front of me
There's a
right
lot of
now.
whiskey, yeah.
Norman doesn't know what to do with all of this.
I poured them. Julie mixed them around, so fully blind tasting. We will be tasting the same thing as we go. Here we go. We're gonna do real quick nose test from right to left, and then we'll get right to palate notes. Caramel? Fruit?
This is gonna be real, a little bit sad almost because they're so low proof. Ooh, but I do like the smell of number 2.
There's something lively to it. It's
lively, that's a good term. Yeah.
There's nuttiness, a little caramel, a little vanilla.
Yeah, I get a little sweetness on that
There's
one.
something going on in that one. Here we're back in sort of sweet land.
1 and 3 kind of.
Yeah, there's
I wonder if that's
similarities.
the Buffalo Trace line since they're a little bit similar.
Two totally different types of caramel.
Because now caramel, I'm getting a lot of caramel on one.
Let's move on to glass number 4.
This one almost smells a little watery. You know, sometimes water has kind of a smell, even though it shouldn't. Are we at number 4? Sorry.
Water smell?
Yeah, I'm just off the rails.
I've said
already.
that things smell like water filters before, like a Brita filter.
Yeah.
There's nothing really happening on
I
this
don't.
one.
I'm not getting anything. No, this could be
There
real
might be
sad.
the tiniest hint of oak on that one.
Oh, now we're back to a really nice one. It's sweet. It's faint noses, but I'm getting a little sweetness on that one.
Somehow, the biggest smell on this one is ethanol, and it's an 80 proofer.
But the last glass, that contends with number 2.
What is this last glass? It's vanilla, caramel, there's oak. This one's crazy because it's the most aggressively like, wow, that's a bourbon smell of all of these, I think.
So I'm going
I like
6.
2 and 6.
I want 6 first, 2, and then the rest of them just kind of float in there.
I would put 5 in dead last. I'm gonna make notes because we got 6 of them here.
So I think we're both in agreement. Number 6, number 2 on the noses.
They're both the class of the field.
All right, well, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Let's try these.
Huh.
Peppery.
There's a little pepper, but it
That's
kind of
weird.
disappears immediately.
I was thinking this was just going to be like sweet caramel or something. That was not what I'm tasting.
I actually really like that one. There's cherry, there's chocolate, there's oak. That's really palatable. There's a tiny bit of spice when it first hits your tongue, and then it's gone.
Yeah, the second sip I didn't get any of the pepper, but that first sip I made a face. I was like not expecting it. But the second one was really quite nice.
That's good bourbon.
Yeah.
On to glass number 2. I really like the smell of this one still.
I need to know what that flavor is that I'm tasting right here.
I think it's like peanut brittle. It's like a payday bar if the peanuts were honey roasted and then they drizzled some caramel over the top. And there's some vanilla in here. It is not as perfectly smooth as glass number 1, but I actually think that the flavors on this are really, really nice.
Yeah, for 80 proof, it does have a little bit of a heat to it. I told myself I was only going to take 2 sips of each, but this one's kind of stumped me a bit. Yeah, I'm getting that like brittly. Once you said that, it kind of pinged my brain a bit because it's such an unfamiliar flavor.
Yeah, we don't need a lot of brittle in the house. I will say this, on its own, I could see that being a really nice, satisfying sit-down whiskey.
The last time we did kind of like a mix and match blind tasting, there was one, remember, where I was like, I don't know if I like that or if I don't like that. That's so far glass number 2.
Yeah. So that was a nice, pleasant surprise. Boatload of flavor in that one. Let's get on to glass number 3.
Yeah. I'm so used to now tasting all of these higher proof ones, which the flavors are so much more distinguishable. These are all watery. No finishes, obviously, but
Not really.
I mean, not really.
Caramel, faint hint of cherry. Shortbread cookie, but there's grain. I would say corn grain. I don't dislike it. It's decent.
I, on my third sip, just got a little bit of a cherry candy.
All right, glass 4. Glass 3's got my mouth watering now. I didn't think I liked that very much, but now that I'm sitting with it and thinking about it, it wasn't bad.
Get a little floral note on this one. There's not much there.
Wow, it's pulled a disappearing act. There's very little flavor.
I do get a little bit of a, no. Wow, it just comes and goes. That is like the quickest flavor non-bomb I've ever had.
There's a tiny bit of spice, peanut shell.
Yeah. Are you getting any floral? Because I feel like that first sip for me was like like flower petals.
Almost like eating a milk chocolate covered peanut if the milk chocolate was really low quality and if the peanut was very, very tiny.
Actually, I actually could totally picture and taste what you're talking about.
I'm gonna write down the tasting note, very tiny chocolate peanut.
Your idea of kind of crappy chocolate, everybody knows what that tastes like.
It offers no lasting flavor whatsoever.
I'm gonna write quick on this one.
I don't dislike it because it doesn't taste like anything. Are you on to glass 5?
Oh, sorry, yeah. What's interesting, I was just looking down at my notes and I made this my last place nose, but the flavor's actually surprisingly there. I'm getting some peanuts on this one.
I have no idea what I'm tasting here.
This is gonna be super helpful for everybody out there.
Yeah, get ready to be uninformed.
I'm getting chocolate covered peanuts on number 5. What's interesting about this low proof thing is that if there's any distinguishable flavors that come through and last for more than like 5 seconds, it's gonna finish well. And I have to say that I know my Four Roses is in there, and at this point I don't think I've tasted it, and if I have, then I really don't know what I'm doing.
Glass 5, I just don't know what I'm getting from that.
I don't either, but I don't not like it.
Definitely don't dislike it. There's a tiny bit of sweetness there, like maybe the lightest brown sugar tinge, and
maybe
a little bit
it's a little
of
molassesy.
Oh, that might be it. There's some sort of brown sugar sweetness. Kind of an interesting tasting note for an 80 proof bourbon.
This one's the winner of the nose by far. I mean, I know you had it. I'm looking down at my notes, but I know you had 2 and 6
this
kind of similar.
This one actually has pretty strong aroma because I'm holding it down here and I can smell it up here.
Yeah.
That's a distance of like 6 inches, everybody.
This one is more lively. I don't know why I keep saying that.
A tiny bit of cinnamon, vanilla.
Oh, vanilla. There's a lot of vanilla in this one.
Vanilla is the prevailing flavor that I'm getting, and like a cake frosting. Very, very sugary. I actually really like this one.
Yeah, I think this is the sweetest one that we've tasted. That doesn't bode well for those other guys. I think that the only contenders for this one out of the gate that I can think of is number 3, because I had that cherry candy. And then number 1, for some reason, I really liked, even though I said it had a peppery taste, but then it kind of morphed a little bit.
This way through, I liked 1, 2, and 6. We're gonna go left to right, and then we're gonna do a quick A/B test of a couple of them just to mix things up, make sure that tasting things side by side isn't throwing things off a bit too much for us. We're gonna try and make it quick.
I do like this one.
Yeah, there might even be like an apple cider flavor on this one. Like just a tiny hint of it. It came and went so quick. That's good. This one's got a totally different nose now.
It has a little bit of that disinfectant smell.
Yeah, all of a sudden I actually really like this one. It's opened up completely. This one is gonna get bumped up for me.
Yeah, I don't not like this one. These 80 proofers are so easy to drink. Like
this is like a spicy molasses cookie now.
I guess we're number 4 here. That's the one I wrote quick on. But now I'm getting caramel on it. I'm telling you, like when you taste them backwards, they taste so different. Where all I was getting in the front side was like a floral shop type lily. Lily's such a strong one, but like some kind of flower like that.
I couldn't pick a flower out by its aroma.
Do you know what's
Are you capable of doing that? Really?
Oh, lilies.
You think I could do it?
Well, people either love them or hate them. I'm not a fan of the lily. I mean, they look pretty, but they're just so like pungent.
All right.
To me.
Did you know we have 1 flower in our yard?
It's a lily. It's a, what are those? It's like a...
You got it. Come on.
It starts with the D.
No.
Oh, then I don't know what it is.
It's a tiger lily.
Oh! That one's weird. I kind of like it.
Huh. Yeah, I don't dislike it. I actually can't remember what I tasted because it disappears as soon as you swallow it.
Yeah, it's really weird.
This one's almost like a chocolate-covered peanut with caramel now.
I moved on to 3 now. Total bubble gum on the nose. Weird. I kind of like this one.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's so different going this way.
How crazy is that? The heck are we drinking? All right, glass 3 didn't get a star on the way out, but it's getting one on the way back. That's tasty. I really like that.
Number 2 is an easy, I'm gonna say an easy no, but it's not.
Oh, really?
It's not like I don't enjoy it, but like compared to some of the other ones I had, it's an easy one to not give as many tick marks.
Sure. Oh, it's It's got a great nose.
It is very nutty.
It
Number
is,
2.
but it's like caramel coated now. I still stand by it. It's honey roasted peanuts with a caramel drizzle. And I like that. I don't usually go for something like that, but this is nice. Glass 1?
Oh, this is gonna be tricky. I kind of miss the days where we're like doing 130 proof.
Yeah, what are we doing over here in the kiddie pool?
We are-
We should be in the deep end. This is ridiculous. Glass number 1
I do like
also
that one.
has a solid mouthfeel. Look at these legs. Candy corn.
Oh, crap. Why did we decide to do this? We should have just done the 3 bottle.
I'm having
Look
an
at my I don't know how to choose. This is too many choices to be had.
I'm having an impossible time grading these. I'll be quite honest.
I'm gonna stop talking about them and I'm just gonna do some A/B testing and then come
We're
back
gonna
with
do
a
A/B
decision.
testing. I picked a couple that I really liked on the nose. I gave 3 stars this way in the tasting and 3 stars this way. I'm going to give stars to whoever I like in the A/B testing, and I'm just gonna add them up, and that's gonna be the winner for me because they're all great and they're all so subtle and they disappear as soon as you swallow them. There's no finish here. I'm not gonna grade on finish because there isn't one.
My strategy is 1 and 2 are going to go up against each other, 3 and 4 are going to go up against each other,
Sure.
5 and 6 are going to go up against each other, and then all the winners. It's a bracket time. All the
My
winners go,
goodness.
and then all the losers. And it may not be a succinct order, but otherwise, I'm never going to make a decision.
All right, you do it your way. I think glass number 4, as much as it's very subtle against these other ones, when I spend a little time with it, I actually think that it's quite good. It's got really nice oak. There's a caramel note there. That to me might be the most bourbon-like flavor, like the traditional bourbon flavor. There's something really nice about glass number 4.
My strategy didn't fail me because I have 3 front runners going against each other and 3 back runners. What's the word for that? 3.
Where was I? What are we doing? What's going on here?
What's going on with our lives? I gotta make a decision quick. I'm running low.
I've got 2 more to place.
Oh gosh.
Glass 1 and glass 2 are crazy. Do I like candy corns or do I like payday bars?
Oh,
I love them.
different.
I love them both. It's like trying to choose between your 2 children.
I feel like that's easier than people say. Oh, there's no favorites. There's always a favorite. I'm the youngest of 4. I know exactly which one my mom prefers and my dad prefers.
Yeah, these days I know exactly where I stand.
Nope, this one's coming in last.
I've got my order. I did it. You're doing the
Hey,
thing.
no, I don't have much left, so I gotta be real strategic about my decision on this one.
These are really close. First, second, third, and fourth are
Yeah.
a whisper from one another. And even fifth and sixth, they're right there.
This is actually a way harder challenge than anything else we've done. There's just not a lot to separate them.
They're all so subtle. But again,
Subtle's a good word.
I don't personally feel like, and I don't know how you think, there's no losers here. I thought every single one of these was a very fine whiskey that I would be very happy to sip any day of the week, any time of the day. Maybe not first thing in the morning, but maybe.
Saturday.
For the money that we spent on them, which is almost negligible when
Yeah.
you think about it. Quite good. These have all been proofed down to the point where there's
Yeah.
nothing offensive about them.
Yeah.
So I would buy any one of these again. They're all, in my opinion, a solid value.
Let's do this, because I am super curious. And
I'm super curious too. I'm so excited to see who you've picked because your notes are such a mess that I have no idea where we're going.
Oh, you can't see them. But
Sure.
there's just scribbles like,
I-
yeah, no,
I can see
yeah,
'em.
no.
They're meaningless.
Yeah.
Placing your 6th place.
Glass number 2.
My glass number 2 is in 3rd. Let's see who you had in 6th place. And by the way, that's your glass number 2.
Yeah, and your glass number 2
My glass number 2
third?
was in 3rd, so let's see who we've got here.
Man,
See? Wow. I didn't expect this at all. It's McKenna,
Oh,
the Heaven Hill.
hilarious.
I'm not surprised you didn't care for
I
it.
know, but like I was really pulling for the McKenna.
The nose was incredible, though. One of the top 2 noses in this competition. That's why I put it so high. It was the
Well, I
nose.
was gonna say, and I totally ignored the nose on my decision and only went by taste alone.
Beautiful flavors on it. It tastes like honey roasted peanut with caramel frosting on it. It's great. I love it.
didn't write down why I put it in 6. I just did.
Let's get to your 5th place, which was my 6th place, is glass number 5, right?
My notes are really confusing.
They're not great.
Glass number 5 is my number 5, and
Okay.
that's your number.
That was my number 6. So this is
Perfect.
my last
Oh.
place, your 5th place.
E. Are we nervous?
Oh no.
Oh no, is it gonna be Four Roses?
Old Granddad, which is actually shocking to me because this weekend I drank that bottle for the first time. I'd never had the 80 proof.
Yeah.
And of all the 80 proof whiskeys I've had, that's the one that I just sat down with a glass of and was like, this is fantastic stuff. Brown sugar, molasses, a little bit of spice. I didn't get any of the spicy peanuts or anything like that. And I wonder if it's because the McKenna, for whatever reason, had a lot of those same notes today.
Yeah.
And maybe by the time we got to this one, it
You were
just
just
didn't bring
done with it.
The Old Granddad, in my opinion, is one of the better values on the shelf. The whole line, 80 proof, bonded,
Maybe you just prefer
114
the
we
114.
love. That's crazy to me that that finished so low for both of us.
I'm such a space cadet right now, and I didn't realize what was actually in the lineup. And I'm actually very pleased with what I have left.
We're not playing favorites.
We're not, but I'm like, a little part of me wants the Old Taylor to win. I don't think it will, but I love that little
It'd be a lot of fun.
$9-10 Old Taylor. It'd be
Solid
really fun.
bottle. Let's find out. What do you got in fourth place?
I have number 4 as my number 4.
Number 4 was my fifth place. Glass number 4 is A.
Yeah, A.
That's the Four Roses.
Whoa. Wait, now I want to taste it. It's really good right now.
Do you want to know what I think is really interesting about this?
I do.
It means that your top 3 and my top 2 are Buffalo Trace products.
Oh.
Apparently you have a thing for Buffalo Trace 80
Buffalo
proofers.
Trace, call me.
Yeah, give her a shout. Third place, what have you got?
Number 3.
I had number 3 in fourth. We're very close to one another here.
We will recap this at
Oh.
the end because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Glass 3, what have you got? I've got B.
Oh, B.
Well, you're going to be a little disappointed by this one.
Oh, is
And
it
I
the
am-
Old Taylor?
I am too. That's the Old Taylor.
That's all right.
That's a
It's
bit of a
only
bummer.
$9. It shouldn't.
It's
it shouldn't
so
be number
cheap.
1.
I will say
And we
this,
don't
that
even know what it is.
Of all the whiskeys that we're tasting today, there are 3 that when I just sit down with them, I think that's just satisfying whiskey. It's the Old Taylor, it's the Old Granddad, and there's one more we haven't seen yet. This is the most blind tasting I've ever been a part of because I couldn't pick out a single one of these bottles. I
Yeah,
would
the
not-
low proof is.
If I had started
stellar.
guessing, I would have been wrong on 100% of these so far.
Well, and I thought, like, if anything, I'd at least be able to pick out the Four Roses, and nope. So my number 2, which I swapped at the 11th hour, is number 1.
Same here.
Oh, good. We have the same number 1 and number 2.
Glass number 1 is
Gosh, I love the smell of this one now.
F.
F, yes.
Got a lot of letters.
F is in fine bourbon.
Wow. Okay, that's the benchmark.
I like the benchmark. We actually just talked about the benchmark.
I'm
and
not
it's pretty
surprised.
good.
I'm not surprised by that because
I said it was a great van bourbon.
this one brought a lot of candy corn to the table, a lot of oak, a lot of cherry. This would be a solid van bourbon. You're right. The nose is chocolate covered cherries and the palate is candy corn. That's really good bourbon. And now,
Yep, I would still put it in that order.
so the winner is glass number 6.
Yeah, winner is glass number 6.
What
on
a
nose
nose.
and on palate. There's no finishes.
I've got D here.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset about this because I thought this bottle was going to finish dead last. It's ancient age. We did this as a warm-up last week for the Mash Bill 1 tasting.
Yeah. Oh no, I liked it then.
It's decent, but every
mean,
time I've
for
had this,
the-
I've thought, well, it's okay, but not great. Shocked by this. If I had to pick who I thought was going to win this thing, either Old Taylor or Old Granddad, and neither of those performed
Four
well for me
Roses?
at all. Four Roses I thought would be in the mix. Ancient age.
I know, maybe it's just that medieval font they're using.
The tasting notes were vanilla cake frosting and apple cider.
I know, I had vanilla, cinnamon, frosting, sweetest. What? Oh, hi, Kat. So what, there's like brownies and frosting available? Give it to me.
This is almost like caramel apples with vanilla cake frosting.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day. Oh God. So we've got plenty of dishes to do. And
We
what
do.
if we actually learned?
Well, you know
in
what I
this
learned?
tasting, it was ancient age with that caramel apple vanilla frosting. A solid bourbon is real tasty.
And I learned that none of these are bad. I will recap my lineup.
Go for it.
Number 1, Ancient Age. 2, Benchmark. 3, Old Taylor. 4, Four Roses.
Sure.
Shocking to me. 5, Old Granddad. And 6, McKenna.
We switched our last 4 around. For me, it was Ancient Age, Benchmark, McKenna in third, Old Taylor, Four Roses, and Old Granddad bringing up the rear.
I just realized you put Four Roses second to last.
Four Roses,
Wowza.
yeah. I expected McKenna to be last. I expected Four Roses to be third. That was
Yeah.
bonkers.
This was fun.
This was actually, yeah, you didn't
You
think
told-
this was going to be fun. This was
No,
fun.
you
I
were
had
like-
fun.
You were like, we're gonna do a tasting of 80 proofs, and then all of a sudden today it was like 6 glasses.
I think that what this has ultimately inspired me to do is just to keep some 80 proofers around because they're satisfying enough.
Well, and they're good for, you don't feel like drinking beer anymore. Just have an easy one.
Yeah, just drink 12 ounces of this instead. But
Oh my God, don't do that.
B, it's inspired me to say, let's take a barrel proofer from each one of these distilleries. Let's do that next time. That'll be a lot more flavorful and fun.
So there will only be 4.
Yeah, 4 bottles, all barrel proofers. Let's do that
I was
next
a
time.
little nervous that we're doing 6. I'm not signing up for that. You guys will probably sign up for that.
I'd like to watch that. What a fun challenge. This was a lot more fun than I expected it to be. There was a lot more flavor than I expected to find. No finish. I still don't taste anything right now. But how about that ancient age? Solid whiskey.
So from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What if I change my mind?
It kind of tastes like blends.